So what is the plan for me moving forward? Well, did some damage in Costa Rica, I will not lie, so
my podcast stopped. I think the Wi-Fi is bugging again. Let me know if anybody else listens to podcasts while training, or if that's just me. I don't know. Let me know in the comments. Maybe I'm just weird.
Alright, just got back from Costa Rica. If you haven't checked out that vlog, give it a watch. I think it's pretty jokes, but now we're locked back in the swing of things, back in routine, so in build mode right now. Locked in for physique, building the business, and just having fun, trying to be present, enjoying the process while doing it. So, gonna take you guys through a day in the life, building the physique, the biz, optimizing the health, and should be fun. About to make the morning drink, which contains Element, trying a new flavor, lemonade. We shall see how this is. I got some hydrogen tabs, which there is some research that shows these are pretty damn good for you. We'll see if I notice any benefit. Definitely not, probably, but I just bought one tab. Probably not going to buy more. Creatine, I do 5 grams in the morning as well, and then 1 scoop of glutamine. All right. Alright, so I like to start my days on a beautiful walk outside on this trail, which is a pretty sick spot. Drink my massive water, 1.5 liters with all the stuff in it we put in earlier. And I like this walk, again, immediately outside right after I wake up. I don't take my phone. One, to kind of helps me gather my thoughts. I find I've been far more creative and just more present, honestly, without just grabbing the phone right away, not taking on this walk. I used to take it on the walk, so don't do that. And also I'm pairing it with some morning sunlight exposure, which, I mean, supporting that natural cortisol spike in the morning, setting myself up to secrete more melatonin at night, all those good things, optimizing my circadian rhythm. So yeah, I'll do this walk first thing. It's about 4,000 steps out of my 10,000 to 11,000 step goal. And then I'll do 20 minutes of red light therapy, which has actually been shown to have an insane amount of benefits. So I've been doing that now I've had it for about, it's coming up on a year, doing red light therapy. So yeah, can I say I've personally noticed the benefit? No, but I know it's working. That's for sure. So that 20 minutes I divide up into 10 minutes of meditation, which I started doing recently, as I get into this whole nervous system regulation side of things. It's very fascinating how just even like your muscle growth outcomes and fat loss, not only your stress levels, but your ability to tolerate and be resilient to stress, it's quite valuable. So been doing that along with a couple other things to help me get into parasympathetic tone throughout the day and just help with that nervous system regulation. So 10 minutes meditation, which I use the Insight Timer app, and then 10 minutes of reading. I'm currently reading Atomic Habits by James Clear. Then I'll finish up with a page out of I think it's 365, some stoicism, something, I can't remember, I'm blanking on the name, but it's basically just a passage every day you read, and you just read one of them. It's like a quote from like Marcus Aurelius or one of those guys, Epictetus. So yeah. All right. So the nootropics for / morning stops for the first work block, which we're gonna go do at a coffee shop. I've been rocking with that lately. Honestly, I used to do it here, but now that the weather's so nice, any excuse honestly to take the motorcycle out, I take it. So some nootropics I find pretty fascinating because it's cool, because you can just kind of improve things like your memory retention, processing speed, a bunch of cool shit, because it's like performance enhancing for the brain. So I would recommend, honestly, if anybody's going through like a stressful period at work, or you want to get locked in on work, school, when school starts up, all that stuff, like take advantage of nootropics, man. Like you could get way more work done if you take advantage of them. So first one, omega-3s, super simple, just high dose of DHA and EPA, uridine monophosphate of this one, basic B complex, straightforward, lion's mane, and Now, lion's mane, is it going to have an acute effect? Meaning, like, are you going to feel it right away? Not so much, but long term, it's going to drive BDNF, which is brain-derived nootropic factor, which is great. And then acetylcholine, bacopa, more for just mood, happy, serotonin, all that good stuff. Then we got nicotine gum, of course, 2 milligrams. I only do 2 milligrams a day. This is the only time I use it, so don't get addicted to it. And I almost forgot about rhodiola. So rhodiola, I love rhodiola as an adaptogen. So it'll modulate cortisol, give you some extra stress resilience. Also, there's some cognitive enhancing benefits there too. So yeah, this is the morning sup stack to get locked in. Playing around with these, like switching some in, switching some out, trying different types of other nootropics as well. I've tried some peptides, some actually some C-Max, and some Solank as well. So playing around with a bunch of cool stuff, see what gives me the best cognitive performance, because that's what we're about over here. Not only best try to optimize my physique outcomes, but optimize my mental performance, my health, everything. So yeah, gonna head to the coffee shop now. See you there.
Come on.
All right, back from a good productive work block. One thing I like to do is write down the night before a little to-do list, like 3 to 5 things that the hardest tasks, get those done first. And yeah, that's been pretty good for my productivity. I'm finding that just getting into the routine of doing that has by far helped the most, and then just focusing on one task at a time, especially when school starts up and I'm trying to balance all these different things. That's going to be utmost importance to me. So back for the first meal of the day, which is also the pre-workout meal. We got this lovely bowl here, which cream of rice. We got in it chocolate flavored cream of rice. It's like literally chocolate cake, so good. Blueberries, raw honey, some cinnamon on top, then just 3 eggs and some egg whites. Put some everything bagel spice on it. Been rocking with the everything bagel spice lately, it's so good. And a little bit of honey mustard. So gonna eat this and then gonna hit the gym. I like to enjoy a little pre-workout espresso. Also put some colostrum in there, which is pretty immense for you. So if you're not already supplementing colostrum, would highly recommend. So what is the plan for me moving forward? Well, did some damage in Costa Rica, I will not lie. So what the plan is to start a 8 to 10 week holding phase or maintenance phase, recomp phase, extended diet break. There's plenty of different things to call it, but essentially the goals are: 1, to work calories back up; 2, to wash off all the diet fatigue I accumulated, and also get energy to a great spot to then truly get shredded to single digit body fat. So I got decently lean this diet phase. Originally I was gonna push down to single digits, but from where I started, that was just not feasible because I came off the back of fixing a bunch of health issues. So not an optimal start point. Calories were getting quite low, expenditure was getting quite high, my body was starting to fight back, and this is why, to be honest, this is why I have a coach, because if it was up to me, if I was coaching myself, if I was self-coaching, 100% would have ran myself in the ground, because I was just so fixated on that goal, which I've done in the past and is completely not worth it. So yeah, you may look good, but what's the point if you can barely function? So honestly, I also realized definitely need more muscle to look how I want to look shredded, which is quite common, I feel, you know. You diet down, all to realize more muscle is needed. So the plan going forward, like I said, this next 8 to 10 weeks is to maintain around this body comp, probably slightly recomp and grow for at least the next 2 months, then decide, okay, do we mini cut and stay lean and then continue to grow, or likely what I'm gonna do, definitely what I'm gonna do, who am I kidding, is just get shredded, full diet phase to get to single digit body fat. If my goal was to continue and have optimal muscle growth outcomes, a 6 to 8 week mini cut would be the play, because you want to spend as little time as possible in a deficit as you can. But I'm not after being, you know, massive. I just want a sick physique. So we'll likely see some recomp effect over the next 8 to 10 weeks, because sticking to that very small rate of gain, like a 5% surplus some weeks, and some weeks not even in a surplus, some weeks will just be at maintenance. So this, I guess you could consider an extended diet break, take some stress off the body, reverse those negative adaptations, slowly build calories back up to give me that buff room to then pull down to get to single digit body fat, feeling good doing it, and enjoying the process, not eating poverty calories anymore, doing an insane amount of cardio, and fatigue through the roof. So mindset wise has now switched from every week, well, since like the few weeks before I left for Costa Rica, it's just the mindset was getting leaner and leaner, seeing the scale go down every single day, just trying to see new cuts, new details, to now accepting the scale is going to come up a little bit. You're not going to see the weekly changes to the physique like you would in a deficit, which I'm not going to lie, was definitely hard for the first week in the new phase, 100% for the first 2 to 3 weeks. You go from just being laser focused, the only goal being to get as lean as you can, to now, there's no longer that goal, which is when it's common for people to slip up, and it's very easy to do so. So now the focus goes to still ticking the boxes day to day to the best of my ability, and the focus goes from the physique side. Don't get me wrong, still focus on the physique side, to more the training performance side. Every week, now that I have the fuel to recover more, recovery capacity is increased, I can see, okay, now how much muscle can I build in these next 8 to 10 weeks, and even potentially recomp, because when you are in such a small surplus or at maintenance, and you're progressing your training and you're limiting fat gain, the more muscle you'll build, the leaner you look. Also, another side of this is I'm definitely looking forward to building up my calories, because I was eating around 2,000, even sub 2,000 for a while. So time to get massive. And what's really motivating me is I kind of frame this phase as like setting the stage for a breeze of a cut to achieve the level of body fat I want to maintain for life, which will be around 10%. So the legwork is being put in now. Gonna take you guys with me. Exciting stuff. Let's hit the gym.
Yo, all my L's, they call me the V. Aye, yo, she and I fuck my ex, got on sexy, red in the V. No, she'll get in her feelings if I put on some R&B. If I put on that Gen I was broke thinking about Heathrow. When I take a flight, don't post. Got 444 on her, plus 44 on the contact. So many parties missed. Now I can sip my cognac. Can't talk on me, I don't make more than you and I still try to top that. I find it hard to maneuver, I'm on the M-way chasing dough. My heart can't be on my sleeve unless it comes after chrome. She wanna talk about when I'm at home, I'll let you know when I'm back. Better than who? Better than me, gotta be smoking crack. Aye, yo, all my L's, they call me the V. Aye, yo, she and I fuck my ex, got on sexy, red in the V. No, she'll get in her feelings if I put some R&B, if I put on that Gen I, yo, I need some.
Alright, back from the workout. Quite the workout, honestly. I love training in that place. Plethora of options, machine-wise, but I don't train there. I only train there once per week, sometimes none. So when I do get to train there, it's quite sensational. Will not lie, the environment's quite crazy. So back for the post-workout meal, we got potatoes, green beans, chicken breast, tiny bit of lettuce, and I'm trying out this new pineapple habanero hot sauce I found at this grocery store I go to. So yeah, it's been fucking banging so far on this meal. Also the meal after this, which I'll show you too, which is my favorite meal, by the way. So yeah, gonna get this down, and then for some reason, even though I had my motorcycle covered in the garage here when I was in Costa Rica, there's still some absurd amount of sand that just and dust that just got all up on it. So gotta take the motorcycle to get washed, gotta keep that nice and pristine. So gonna get this down and go do that.
Everyday hustle like William, I'm charging the chicken just for the verse, yeah. I get in that kitchen, I could go to work, I go berserk, yeah. Go out and get it, secure the city, can't sing like the Titanic. Bitch don't want my free band bandit. This paper coming to me 24 hours, I can't go.
All right, now that the bike is pristine, we are back for meal number 3, which is jasmine rice, ground beef, banana, red bell peppers. Absolutely slaps. Favorite meal, I said, well, it might be tied with my last meal, which you will see. But by now, step goal, already at 10,000 steps. Step goal is complete, training's done, hardest work task done. About to do one more work block from here, and we're just winning the day. That's what I like to think about. Just try to have a list of tasks I want to get done this day, and then I just focus on one at a time. Whole time thinking to myself, just win the day, take one day at a time, training session at a time. Same thing in the gym, just one set at a time, because those sets, as you progress, please track your training if you're not already. If you want to make optimal progress in the gym and you're not tracking your training, huge mistake. So track your training so you can see what you got the week before, then you can aim to beat it and apply progressive overload, because without progressive overload, you're not going to be building much muscle, unfortunately. Maybe if you're new to the gym, but if you want to be optimal, science-based, that's what we like out here, then definitely track your training so you can make the most progress possible. So gonna enjoy this meal, to finish up on some last bits of work I want to do. Want to plan my podcast that I'm gonna film tomorrow, edit some reels, and yeah, I'm gonna enjoy this meal. Realistically never have big enough delts, so getting some very high quality stimulus. So we're in build mode right now. I guess we're building. That's what the series is called, building not just physique, but building the coaching team, building the content, I guess. Just grinding right now, honestly. Just wrapped up an onboarding video for a new client joining the team. Also planned out a podcast, so been putting out 3 a week at the moment, except for when I was away. So if you have any feedback, the link's in the description. If you want to see a specific episode or me to cover a specific topic, feel free to let me know, because I'm honestly just trying to have fun with it. The goal is really to create a podcast that's just much more actionable than I feel a lot of them out there. One that I would want to watch now, one that would massively helped me like 2-3 years ago. So that's the goal with the podcast. Hopefully one day get some guests on. Yeah, maybe appear on one day. Hopefully, fingers crossed. Just got to keep grinding, like I said, one day at a time. So now it's time to make the Ninja Creamy. Ninja Creamy wrapped up. Gosh, man, so good. All I put in, literally protein powder, unsweetened cashew milk, and 2 packs of stevia. Blend it up, then I make a hole in the middle, macadamia nuts, dark chocolate, and then strawberries, a little bit of cinnamon on top. Also a little bit of raspberries I'm gonna throw in after too. And yeah, shit bangs. I don't know, this or the meal before. This is a little bit of a different meal, it's more like a dessert, but one of my favorite meals. Of course, got the sups, last meal sups, which is another kind of aspect to, I guess, my journey. If you haven't watched my health journey pod, I won't go too deep into it, but there is one that kind of goes over everything. But essentially, was in a pretty bad spot health-wise, reversed it. So I feel when something's like taken away from you, when your health is taken away, your energy, your cognitive function, all that stuff, when you realize, holy shit, like how you feel when you don't have those things which you take for granted, kind of makes you realize, pay attention, like how important health is. So on top of building the physique, achieving optimal health is at the top of the priority list. So along with all the lifestyle habits, waking up, going to bed at the same time, prioritizing sleep, all those good habits, supplementation is something that I take pretty damn seriously as well. So I would say some staples I would recommend. Definitely a multivitamin if you're not eating a wide range of fruits, veg. A simple thing you could do is download the app Chronometer. It'll give you your micronutrient intake along with your macros. So it's kind of a better version of MyFitnessPal in my opinion. It also gives you your electrolyte intake, so you can have your electrolyte intake on point, 1-to-1 ratio at least, sodium to potassium. And one thing to take away is that you will only adapt to the degree you are healthy. So that kind of led me into, as I was working through my own issues, like interpreting blood work not only for
Like people, when you think I'm getting blood work done, like they're like, "What's wrong?" Like, whoa, nothing's wrong. You can get blood work to interpret it for performance. I can give you massive insight into where you're lacking and where you can potentially feel any gaps. Like vitamin D3, super simple one. Your red blood cells give you massive insight into your nutrient status. There's a whole bunch of things: cortisol, DHA ratio, your recovery, potassium, sodium to potassium ratio, your adrenal health, like all these things. It's pretty fascinating. Of course, you got insulin sensitivity, how high is your HbA1c, so how well are you managing glucose. So yeah, a ton of things that I've been fascinating in, just diving into that, along with the GI side of things, looking into GI analysis and GI maps, all that cool stuff, which, I mean, at least I find it pretty cool, because if you can find something holding your physiology back and then remove that stressor, that's just like X amount more room to then be able to allocate to your training, because you've just allocated more recovery capacity. Now you're performing better. So like, back to some staple subs. Multivitamin, if you're honestly out, everybody probably could benefit from a basic multivitamin just to cover your bases. Omega-3s, absolutely. NAC, which is a precursor to glutathione, your body's master antioxidant, 100% recommend NAC. Magnesium, holy shit, it's absurd how many people are actually deficient in magnesium, so would definitely do that, because that would play a role in I mean, 300 enzymatic reaction. So if you're deficient in magnesium, you can bet you're not building as much muscle, losing much body fat, having as much energy. Same thing with B vitamins, like super simple. Fat loss depends on healthy red blood cells. Healthy red blood cells depend on B vitamins. So if you're lacking B vitamins, your fat loss is going to suffer. So, like selenium and zinc for thyroid function. If you want your metabolism to be higher, if you have low thyroid function, your metabolism is going to be lower. So if you're deficient in selenium, zinc, and then we could go on to testosterone. If you're deficient in, again, magnesium, vitamin D3, zinc, if you're deficient, going to lower testosterone. So whole bunch of shit. Honestly, don't want to get too deep into it. As you see, I'm starting to ramble because I'm super passionate about this stuff. But yeah, gonna enjoy this meal. Then we'll touch on optimal sleep to get some optimal results. All right, guys. So it's about 8 o'clock right now. Just got the blue light glasses on. I usually put them on around 7:45, 8-ish. Better watch some Joe Rogan. Chill, relax, set myself up for some optimal sleep, which is something I take pretty damn seriously. Got the Whoop scores are on point. Pretty much 100% sleep scores every night. Occasionally 90s, somewhere in the mid 90s, but usually always above 90% sleep score, which is pretty damn good in my opinion. So sleep supplementation wise, right now I'm running 4 grams of 4 grams of glycine, 1 milligram melatonin, ashwagandha, KSM 66, 600 milligrams, and then the momentous sleep packs, which are a little pricey, I will not lie, but they do have a pretty decent formulation. So which magnesium 3 and 8, apigenin, and L-theanine as well. So that combo puts me to sleep. So sleeping like a baby out here. But also, if you're interested in like all the supplements I take, or most of them are on there, I got a link tree, and they're kind of just like all the ones I get on iHerb and some of the stuff I get on Amazon. So yeah, if you're interested, check that out. The place is now freezing, so I'm about to put on my hoodie, because optimal sleep, if you guys know, gotta have the place nice and cool, at least 18 degrees. So right now it's at 17 degrees, because I do get a little hot when I sleep, and I like just being super cozy under the blankets. But yeah, that's about it for sleep. Other than that, any other sleep tips are like that I could offer would potentially just be going to bed and waking up at the same time, seeing morning sun like you saw me do, and then just winding down. So like I said, I'm about to watch some Rogan. I'm not about to watch anything super stimulating. If you don't got blue light glasses, there's an easy way to set up just red light filter on all your devices. Just accessibility feature, and then the screen goes red and the blue light's gone. Also, start to dim the lights a little bit, because it also can blunt melatonin, and your skin actually has photoreceptors. So just the modern world's coming at you at all angles to try to destroy your sleep. Blackout blinds is another one. Just got myself some proper blackout blinds curtains, before they were like, I got them on Amazon and they just did not work. So returned those. I was like, yo, dude, what's going on here, man? There's so much light coming in still. So finally got myself a decent pair. They're still not 100% blackout, but maybe we'll work the way up. And then hopefully get the 8 Sleep mattress one day, which is sick. If you know what the 8 Sleep mattress is, basically just cools and it heats up your core body temperature. It's a cooling mattress essentially, so help you get into some super deep sleep. Anyway, that is a wrap on
today's day in the life of a 20-year-old, building the physique, optimizing the health, and just trying to progress in life, I guess. I'm going to see you guys in the next one. Peace.